Hey there guys, Darpkin here, welcome back for some more Fate Stay Night. In the last one, we called Saber a big dummy, because she has dumb plans, and there's a lot of exposition that honestly I kind of stopped paying attention to, because I got pretty bored, if I'm gonna be honest. They just kind of kept repeating the same ideas over and over and over, to make sure you really get it. But honestly, the more it was repeated, I feel like the less I understood. So, that's pretty hype. Anyways, the loud bell rings out and the house falls into darkness. The surrounding air changes immediately. Even though the lights suddenly went off, nobody says a thing and tries to feel the surrounding. The loud ring stops and the living room is silent. But the sound of light things rubbing against each other can be heard in the distance. Was that alarm the boundary field on this house? I nod silently. The sound is the same as when Lancer intruded. Then this must be... The sounds are increasing and coming closer. A strange sound. It reminds me of bugs crawling around a light trap. This living room is the only place free of the sound. It hasn't even been a minute yet since the lights went out, but the living room is surrounded by this unknown sound. An enemy? But even for a servant, this is... There's too many of them. I'm a Magus too, even if I'm a bad one. I can sense that many sources of magical energy surround this place. Skimming quickly, I can at least count 20. They are strangely light. I don't feel any human will. The things making the sounds are like empty puppets. Oh, so they did come. They were running away all this time, but they come out as soon as Berserker is gone. Really, this servant is a schemer. Oh. Unlike the three of us who are tense, Ilya is strangely calm. You can tell, Ilya? Of course I can sense any servant. I can sense any servant. The one outside is Castor, and there are lots of other things out there too. Oh, they're just cheap golems bound by dragon teeth. Ilya says simply, and the sound stops at the same time. I take the wooden sword I keep in the living room. Tosaka and Saber seem to be waiting for me to make a move. Low key, I think that the smartest move would probably be, well, because I feel like if we go out with Saber, we could fall into a trap, because there are a lot of enemies, even if they are weak enemies. But if Saber goes out to take care of Castor, she 1v1 her, while, Shiro, Rin, and Ilya could easily stay in this room and just keep the golems away from themselves. But if we don't go out with Saber, then she could just get overwhelmed by, I guess, Castor and all the golems. But at the same time, Rin did say that Saber could probably take on all three of the remaining servants at the same time. But at the same time, that could have easily been hyperbole. Which it probably was. What's the safer move? But at the same time, Castor could just sneak past Saber. Because, you know, it's a Castor. They got magic tricks. And then they could just come kill us, you know? Because outside of Saber, I would have to say Ilya's easily the strongest person, like, out of the three mages here, you know? Like, at least, like, in the routes I remember, every single time Rin and Ilya fight, Ilya just kind of no-diffs Rin, you know? So it's just kind of like, what is she really to do? Unless I'm misremembering. You know what, screw it, let's go out with Saber. It's clear who the enemy is. If the enemy servant is Castor, is attacking with troops, there's only one thing to do. It's no good just staying here. Saber, come with me. Tosaka, protect Ilya. What? No, I don't want to look after Rin. See, she knows the place. I don't like it either. But you said you listened to what Shiro says, so obey him politely. Rin, what's your opinion here? I don't care. I'll be more helpful than Saber. Tosaka binds Ilya's arms behind her back and puts a hand over Ilya's mouth. Ilya continues to throw out insults. I know, I'll protect Ilya. You two go and get Castor while I do so. I'm depending on you. But don't work too hard. Think more about escaping than beating the enemy. Tosaka nods back, telling me I don't even need to say it. Turning my back on Tosaka, I hurry out to the hallway leading to the porch. Saber. I know. I will protect Shiro. Nodding back to Tosaka, Saber follows me. In that moment, yo. These things look cool. I doubt my own eyes. The sword is swung down on me. An unavoidable strike attacks me, aiming for my open head. I avoid it by twisting my body and parrying instantly with my wooden sword. Can't believe it myself. My body reacted as soon as my mind understood I was going to die. It attacks me a second time without hesitation. A smooth mechanical movement. Wasteless, accurate attacks. But that's all. It's just accurate and it's not refined nor scary. The attack looks foolish compared to those of Saber, and it feels like the touch of a feather compared to Berserkers. I repel the attack with my back to the wall, and in the space I retreated through. Saber's lightning strike smashes down. Shiro, are you alright? As you can see, I was scared, but I made it. Do not say you made it. You must follow me in a situation like this. Please be cautious from now on. Saber scolds me my carelessness. She's right, but I just didn't want to be following after her. Shiro, are you listening to me? Yeah, I'm listening. But what was that? There's nothing in the hallway. The strange thing that was blown away by Saber's attack has vanished like an illusion. As Iliasville said, they are warriors made by using a monster's body as a catalyst. It seems more like a golem than an automaton, but the quality is low. There should be no problem even if we are surrounded by such things. Where were they hiding? No, when did they get this far in? Those things, like bad building blocks, are gathering like with spider-like movements. And on top of that, they aren't the only presence I feel. Many more bones are surrounding this mansion. Shiro, to your side! I jump away from the wall instantly. Damn. I slash at the bones sliding up on me. After that, Saber smashes away the bones to protect my back. The bones move in with loose movements and attack all in the same way. And all attack in the same way. It's not hard to repel them. The house gets destroyed by every attack. No, and I only have a wooden sword. Even with the strengthening magic on it, it won't last too much longer. I don't want to think about it, but the number of these bone creatures might be infinite. We might continue the skirmish until we collapse. Damn. Where the hell are they coming from? I complain with my back to Saber. Not many bone creatures are coming for me. They must be coming from inside the house as well, but most of them are coming in from the yard. Saber is slashing away the ones coming in from there. Their goal is the living room. As Ilya and Tosaka are in the living room, Saber is busy dealing with the ones heading there. Why would their goal be the living room? Are they after Ilya? I mean, Ilya did say that she knew they'd be coming for her. Saber readies her sword again. Her sword isn't invisible now. Maybe there's no need to hide it now, but the golden sword is glowing to show off its true power. Hold on, Saber! Don't yell it out loud! Don't use Excalibur! I don't care if my house gets blown away! Well, I do mind, but there are other houses around here. You should know what'll happen if you use it here. I yell while parrying away bones in front of me. I will obey it if it's your order, but it is too troublesome to face such a great number of enemies. We shall be in danger if we don't sweep them all away. That's why we should be I mean, I know it's like in Shiro's character to not be, but like, unironically, if they all just fought together, Ilya could just probably sweep most of these guys. You know, Ilya and Saber, it just would wipe these guys out. Add Rin in there. Rin, Shiro, Ilya could probably handle these bone guys while, like, Saber stays nearby waiting for Castor or something. I don't know. I know, they're like familiars, right? Then we'll get the whole army if we can get to the one controlling them. Saber, you search for Castor's presence. I do not even need to search. Castor is out in the yard. It seems Castor is luring us as the presence is not concealed. I don't care. Let's fall for the temptation. We'll tire it out first if we continue like this. I do not mind. Then we shall go attack Castor? The yard is right there. If Castor is in the yard, it shouldn't be too hard to get there. But that means losing the defense. It's fine now since Saber's here, but the defense is holding the bone creatures off will go away once Saber goes out to the yard. I should... Aren't these like the same thing? Believe in Tosaka implies that they can go take care of... Oh, I think he's saying only have Saber take care of Tosaka. I mean, not Tosaka, Castor. Believe in Tosaka. I believe in Rin. Rin and Ilya will be fine. The sound of glass breaking. I hear sounds of fighting in the living room. Shiro, please give me an order. There's no time to be indecisive. I know. Either way, we're making the situation worse by delaying the decision. We'll get Castor. I told Tosaka to take care of Ilya. Then let us go. Master, I will entrust you with my back. Saber runs, smashing away the swarming bone creatures. It looks like a snowy plow driving through snow. Wait, it looks like a snowplow driving through snow. I don't know why I said a snowy plow, but whatever. The bone warriors vanish without even being able to approach Saber. Are they like snowflakes? There's so many scattering bones that I feel like I'm in a snowstorm. Man, you told me I'd have her back, but there's no need to protect her like this. She more than makes me realize how great a swordsman she is. Saber charges without doubt, the foundation for all these bones. Defeat the unseen sixth servant that has invaded this mansion. Saber stops. The swarming warriors cannot be seen anymore. This must be the end as someone is standing there. A distorted figure. The figure wearing some kind of robe cannot be seen, as if only that spot is smudged in black. A black shadow. I'm assaulted by an unknown... I don't... With knowing the other routes, I don't like that specific wording of what the enemy is. Not gonna lie. I'm assaulted by an unknown unease the instant I look at it. So, you are Saber. I see. You are certainly capable of defeating Berserker. My troops would not even slow you down. The figure snickers. It seems the thing in black is the master of the bone creatures, Servant Castor. But, no master? I don't see any sign of a master near the figure. Is Castor the same as Lancer? Type to take action away from their master? You. Is your contract gone? Saber asked unpleasant. Oh, that was Saber. Yes. He was not a suitable master for me, so I made him disappear. I don't know what kind of expression the black robe is making, but Castor answers in a cold voice. Master killer? Then your master is... already dead. But there's no problem with that, Saber. We are soul eaters, correct? There is an abundance of magical energy sources. All that remains is... yes. If I obtain the Holy Grail, there will be no worries for me. So, you wish for revival into this world as well. You do not know which heroic spirit you are, but you threw away your pride for that? Oh, so you do not feel that working for humans is throwing away your pride? I just cannot stand that. I do not wish to be anyone's servant, so I just became the user. You have no grounds to criticize me. I would assume so. I also have no interest in your ill acts. Saber's body inclines a little. There's only about 10 meters to Castor. Saber should be able to close in on Castor in under one breath and slash Castor away. How dangerous. I try to come and talk, but you act like there's nothing to talk about. I went easy on you, you know? I have nothing to talk to you about. Die here in grace. Saber intends to kill Castor. I won't oppose. I can only smell blood on Castor. Bet what Castor said about killing her master is true. This raid was also intended to kill everyone here. So there's no reason to stop Saber. First of all, Castor won't even be a match for Saber. I can sense Castor's ability. Castor is the weakest when it comes to one-on-one combat. In this situation, Castor can do nothing but fall to Saber. Don't do it, Saber. But I can't shake off this strange unease. This isn't like the hopeless premonition of death like with Berserker. It must be psychological hatred, or alarm against something bad. My left hand throbs as it tells me that Saber shouldn't go near that thing. I hesitated too long. Saber jumps and sprints to the black shadow. The distorted shadow smiles. Castor doesn't seem to be panicking about the approaching Saber. Caster said something in a language I can't hear, and cast something that appeals to the brain more than words. The world distorts in that instant. No, the density of the air changes only around Saber. What? A huge impact. The ground sinks and it seems like something large came crashing down onto Saber. No way. Casting magic without any actions? No, there was a murmur like a spell. Spells can indeed be shortened. The easier the magic, the shorter one can reduce the spell to change the self. But what's occurring before me is a great magic. No Magus can express that in one word. Even if it is possible, they'd have to prepare a catalyst beforehand like Tosaka does. But still, Caster executed great magic with just one murmur. Caster isn't just on a different level. If that was Caster's magic, that figure is no mere Magus. Saber! Saber is frozen on the spot. Her leg froze as if kicked off the ground. She is bounded in space right now. No. The air surrounding her has transformed into something like a clear gelatin. Even if I tried to approach her, I'm pushed away by an invisible soft membrane. It seems that this is only around Saber, but as long as her feet are not on the ground, Saber cannot move. I guess you took me too lightly, Saber. I did not know how good the Magi in your age were, but I have lived in the age of gods. My magic must look like sorcery for Magi in this time. A laugh comes from the black robe. Saber is still bound in space. I see. So this is really all you are capable of, Caster. She spits those words out. Yeah, I was about to say, she should have, like, they constantly talk about how, like, ridiculous her magic resistance is. So I was actually just, like, sitting there, because I don't remember if they talked about it in this route, actually. But I was, like, legitimately just, like, sitting there thinking, like, is her magic resistance going to kick in? Are they not going to talk about it? I don't remember if they have already. So, good to know I was right on the money. Excuse me. Magic resistance. Repels even my magic? The black robe retreats. After canceling Caster's magic in an instant, Saber dashes with lightning speed. But no! There are too many choices. Click, click, click. I don't know why I was saying click. Don't confuse that. I'm gonna try and record, like, all of this in, like, one sitting. But just, like, I'm just gonna say, like, hey, stop. And then I'm gonna, like, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Ignore everything I just said. But I'm actually gonna end the episode here, and we'll make the decision in the next episode, because I don't know what to do, because she literally just shook off Caster's attack, but at the same time, Caster could just be playing us, like, oh, that was my full power, how could you shake that off, winky face? Well, I don't know, so we'll see in the next one. Bye-bye.